Cause when we pull up, all angles.
Yeah, you're looking at the truth, the money never lies.
What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotic, bringing you our Week 6 battle for the WPL. Today we're facing off against the Seattle Togedemarus, coached by Brett. I actually don't remember his record off the top of my head, as Django tries to get seeded. So anyways, let's just get into the team matchup, guys. We're riding a 4-game win streak at the moment. We're playing pretty well. We're bringing the same standard 5 mons, our Rain Core and our Electric Seed Hawlucha Core, and then our Mega Scizor. So, I mean, there's no way I can just, like, these 5 Pokemon just do so well together. So I'm kind of happy that's working out. We really need some help with electric types, and honestly, I think I didn't play this match kind of great, so I'll get into why after. Anyways, my opponent has a team of Terrakion with Z-moves, Celebi, which is his Z captain, Metagross, Crocodile, Miltank, Rotom, Mega Pidgeot, Tapu Fini, Emboar, Kyurem with Z-moves, and Electros. My team, of course, is the Tapu Koko with Z-moves, Hawlucha, Nidoking, Marowak, Alolan Form, Zoroark, our Z captain, Kecleon, Pelipper, Gothitelle, Ludicolo, another Z user, Lantern, and Mega Scizor. Now, after this game ended, I kind of realized I should have probably brought the Lantern instead of the Gothitelle, but I mean, that's neither here nor there. It was a bit of a mistake on my end, and I think I can remedy that with better prep next week. Anyways, so let's get into kind of what we brought. So to start off, we have, obviously, World Star or Tapu Koko. It is a Salt Vest this week because I do want to take hits from a special, a special Electros, the Rotom, the Kyurem, and of course, the Mega Pidgeot. My only flying resistance on this team is my Tapu Koko, so I do want to be careful with that. We then have a Choice Scarf Pelipper this week. I'm running Scarf Pelipper for the first time. It is not Damprock, so woo! Offensive Pelipper is actually really good against this team, surprisingly. I just got chipped down the Electros, I got chipped down the Rotom, and we should be fine there. We then have Drop Top our Ludicolo. It is Waterium Z with Energy Ball, Hydro Pump, Surf, and Ice Beam. We then have our Hawlucha here, Pedro's Bodyguard, of course, Acrobatics, High Jump Kick, Swords Dance, and Throat Chop. Throat Chop is there for the Rotom. We then have our Crimson Chin here. It is fully physically defensive, U-turn, Bullet Punch, Roost, and Swords Dance. I need something to take hits from the Metagross, something to take hits from the physical Kyurem. If you brought it, Kyurem does have 130 base attacks that. Crocodile, of course, is a problem, and the Terrakion too, so I want to deal with that. We then have Bellatrix, our Gothitelle, Chesto Berry with Rest, Psychic, Signal Beam, and Calm Mind. Now, basically my plan with this thing is to just kind of obliterate his team with the combination of Psychic and Signal Beam, while getting some boosts from the Calm Mind. Anyways, guys, let's get into the battle because you guys have been waiting long enough for that. So, my opponent brought a team of Metagross, Mega Pidgeot, Rotom, Electros, Celebi, and Crocodile. Looking at his team, I kind of anticipate a Assault Vest Metagross, obviously a very speedy Pidgeot with like Hurricane, Heat Wave, U-turn, and maybe Roost or something. A Scarf Rotom potentially, Assault Vest Electivire, the especially defensive Celebi, and then a Scarf Crocodile. There's like, I'm expecting 2 Scarfers, yeah. I'm expecting a few Assault Vest Mons, but like his team really sucks against rain, so I kind of want to take advantage of that. Anyways, I'm gonna lead off here with my Tapu Koko as the best matchup, and right away, right here, I realized I have such a terrible answer to electric types. I should have brought my Lantern here instead of the Gothitelle, because Gothitelle I actually made, I think, about 15 minutes before we actually played, versus the 5 Mons I made before I actually made back when I was still in Florida, so yeah. Anyways, so he's gonna lead off with his Electros. I want to click the Dazzling Beam here to just chip him down, but I decided to actually go for the U-turn. And it's a good thing I did because I can U-turn out now into my Gothitelle and trap this thing a bit as it goes for the Flash Cannon. Flash Cannon obviously does a bit more than I expected, and I go for the Signal Beam, predicting the Crook to come in, which confuses him, which is kind of good, but he breaks through and goes to the knockoff, which is fine by me. It doesn't do very much damage to us, and we can live another hit for sure. But I go to my Scizor now as he goes for another knockoff. I predicted the second one there, and I'm going to now go for the U-turn as he sends out his Pidgeot. So that does a decent chunk of damage to the Pidgeot here, so I can now switch out back to my Tapu Koko and click the Thunderbolt. Now, I was really hesitating on this pick for the move, because obviously he brought in the Crocodile. I thought he was going to bring in the Electros. I really didn't expect the Crocodile to come out because I could click the Dazzling Gleam, which would have done a ton of damage, but sadly I did not click that. I just went for the Thunderbolt because that would have 2KO'd this Crook, but now I have to switch out fearing it being Scarfed. So I'm going to switch out now, go into my Scizor, and I can now scare this thing out with the U-turn as he goes for his rocks. So I go for my U-turn once again, chip this Mega Pidgeot down a bit more, and I go back into my Koko, and I can now click off the Dazzling Gleam. I wish I went for the Thunderbolt there, but unfortunately I did not, and Heat Wave is going to do a small chunk of damage to me, about 36% with that Assault Vest. Really came in clutch there, allows us to live a few more hits from rocks, and he sends in his Metagross, as I will now be able to go into my Gothitelle, sacking this thing off to what might actually be a Scarf Metagross, because I was kind of afraid of that by the way he brought it in. I send in my Scizor here, I'm going to click the U-turn because I just need to chip down the Electros, but he actually goes into his Celebi and sacks that off, so that's kind of a good play on his part. maybe not, depending on what his set was. But the fact that it went down means that my Ludicolo has a bit of an easier time. He sends in his, what's this thing called? Electros, and I U-turn into my Scizor here. This is a terrible play. I should have just sacked off my Pelipper, but I mean, it's okay. He sends in his Rotom, and this play I'm going to pause it because I was debating this play for a long time. I knew I wouldn't live whatever he wanted to go for. I knew it. I was kind of playing dumb here, I guess. It was like after midnight. I was kind of tired, I guess, but still there's no excuse. And I clicked Roost here. I should have clicked the Bullet Punch because I didn't calc properly, and I should have done that because a Bullet Punch plus a Surf in the Rain always kills the Rotom, even though Bullet Punch I believe is resisted, or maybe 4 times resisted. Anyway, so I'm going to click the Roost here, see KOs us with the Thunderbolt, but that's okay because I now have 2 turns of Rain left with my Ludicolo, and I can now click the Z Hydro Pump. And the reason I did that was because I did not want to have any chance of the Rotom surviving. So Z Hydro Pump comes out, does 2% left to the Metagross, and I can just finish it off now with a regular Surf, and we pick up our first kill with Ludicolo. Anyways, he will now send in his Crocodile. I'm going to sack off my Pelipper here. It is by far my best option because I get up Rain, and yeah, but he goes to the knockoff and he gets the Moxie boost right now, of course, since he didn't reveal to be Intimidate. And at this point, Ludicolo comes out and just clicks Surf a few times and wins the game. So I click Surf here as he brings in his Electros. I don't know why he did that. He probably should have sacked off the Crook and then gone into the Electros, but that's fine by me. I'll take it. And in comes the Crocodile. Surf comes out one more time, obliterates that thing, and in comes the Rotom. I didn't want to chance Hydro Pump missing, so I go for the Surf, and it was a roll to kill, and we ended up getting it. So Ludicolo comes in and picks up 4 kills this match. So Ludicolo is climbing up the kills leaderboard. Coco is obviously pretty high up there. Hawlucha is high up there. So we're doing pretty well for ourselves. Obviously, we are riding now a 5-game winning streak, which is awesome. I'm really happy with how the team is doing. Well, mostly how these 5 Pokemon are doing, the standard 5 that I've been bringing every single week. I am looking to make a transaction. I probably will drop Kecleon for something else, but if I do, you guys will be the first to hear it. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on the video and comment your worst loss in the history of your League format experience down below. If you don't have any League experience, then I highly suggest you guys join the Ocean. It is my personal Discord server. It is linked in the description of every single one of my videos. Now, I can't promise you'll get into a League by joining that, but it's a much higher % chance of you joining that server and getting into a League by doing that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Again, like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Hit the subscribe button to join the Ocean. We're getting close to that 500 mark. I want you guys to be part of the Ocean. And thank you guys again for watching. I will see you all next time.